let's talk about the Traxxas Stampede.
Engines roar, fuel pumping through my veins. I'm ready for more. Pedal to the metal, grip the wheel tight. I feel the power surging, ready to take flight.
Alright, welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and in today's video we're going to talk about the Traxxas Stampede that I got behind me here. And what do I want to do with this RC? Let's go ahead and just jump right into it. So I am trying to make this Traxxas Stampede into a trail rig slash crawler. I know it is absolutely not built for that. This is a true basher through and through, but I think we can find a way to make this into an actual rock crawler somehow, some way. So that's the entire purpose of this video. The reason why I'm inspired by the old Traxxas Telluride from back in the day. Used to have one of those and no longer have one, but I'm going to try to reincarnate that vehicle with this new Stampede 4x4. So let's go ahead and dive into the upgrades, what I've added to it so far, and then we'll talk about some future upgrades. Go ahead and follow the progress bar down below, and let's dive into it. Alright, so first and probably the biggest, most obvious upgrade is the tires and wheels. This combination is a killer combo. I am using a Proline Hyrax tire from a U4 version, which is used for the UDR truck. Comes in at 5 3/4 inch tall, 2 1/4 inch wide. It is an absolutely massive tire on this truck, especially on a Stampede 4x4. It's huge. Gives it probably around 2 to 2.5 inches of ride height, which is colossal. But absolutely love this combination. And for the wheels, I'm using Proline short course bead locks. I believe it's F11, or actually it's the Raid wheel. Take that back, Raid. I'll put the part on the screen and in the description along with the U4 tires, so that way you guys can find them. But this tire combo is crazy. Like, I was surprised that these tires actually fit on a short course wheel, but they do. And you can see that it is just huge and menacing. Hopefully it works out for me. Also, the Hyrax tires are in the G8 compound, just so you guys know. But let's go ahead and talk about the next upgrade. Alright, next upgrade is the body. So this is not a Traxxas part. It's actually an Axial Deadbolt body from the SCX10 too. Hard to find these bodies nowadays, but I managed to cop one. And it looks amazing on this truck. Biggest reason why I chose this body, other than the good looks and my affinity for the Deadbolt body, I have 3 of them, or yeah, 3, is obviously the color, but the fit on the truck. This body is about 16.5 inches in length. That's from bumper to back bumper. And that fits perfectly between the bumpers on the Stampede 4x4. If you take a look on the B-roll, the front of the body is tucked up right behind the front bumper, and same thing, the rear of the body is right tucked up with the rear bumper. It looks perfect, and with the wheelbase of the Stampede 4x4 being at 11.5 inches, it doesn't look weird. It actually looks like it fits the Deadbolt body, which is what I was looking for. So yeah, and then of course the width of the body tucks up nice against the Stampede 4x4 chassis. It just looks like it fits, and I think it was a good choice on my part. So let's go ahead and talk about the next upgrade. Alright, let's talk about the shocks. So I'm using Proline ProSpec shocks. So obviously these are not like crawler shocks or anything like that, but I had them laying around. I figured, like, why not? They look amazing on this truck, especially with the body and the tires. It just fits. So honestly, this thing is probably looking like a really good basher right now, but I promise, like, we're going to be able to make this thing into a crawler. But just talking about the shocks, Proline ProSpec shocks, put the part numbers in the description if you guys are interested. But let's go ahead and talk about future upgrades and things that are going to make this an actual crawler. Alright, so next chapter, final chapter, future upgrades. What else do I got to do to this thing? So obvious things, I got to add electronics. So I most likely am going to go with Traxxas brushed electronics. That's what I have on hand. I've got an XL5 ESC. Probably go with a 12T brushed motor. I know it's not real exciting, but I'm trying to go for a trail rig, not all out, ball busting speed. But, I am not opposed to going brushless at some point down the line. But for now, we're going to go brushed. Other things I'm going to do, got to add a servo to it. I'll probably go find a servo that gets me roughly around 300 ounce inches of torques. We'll get one of those. I also want to add lights at some point. Can't be a trail rig without some lights. We got some cool spots for lights. Also too, you can buy lights for your Stampede 4x4 and your Hoss that have lights in the bumpers, which is cool. Definitely want to add that down the line. And then A different wheel and tire combo is another thing I want to add at some point. So with these Proline B-Lock wheels, I want to go actually get short course tires, specifically the BF Goodrich KO2s, because those KO2 tires from Proline are actually XL short course tires, and they come in around 4 3/4 inch tall, which is about a ½ inch taller than a normal short course tire. And I think for this specific rig will look pretty good and actually give like a even more like scale look. So I'm going to try that down the road. But how is this thing going to be a crawler? So the first and obvious thing is I need to lock the diffs. So that's going to be one of the immediate upgrades that I make like right away. Most likely, I think what I'm going to do, I think there are some lockers you can buy on eBay, but I'm going to try the grease route, or go with like probably a 20 million weight grease from Traxxas in the diffs and really just lock them up. All 3 diffs, you know, front, rear, and center. We'll try that. If not, then I might have to go and actually lock them with some devices. We'll see. But I think when this thing actually has the locked diffs, that should help it with the crawling aspect of things. Obviously, it's going to handle a lot more poorly on the street, but like I said, this thing is not designed for the asphalt. So those are my future upgrades. That's everything I got for you guys. If you're interested in this build, stay tuned. Go ahead and like, subscribe if you guys get a chance. I'd appreciate it. And that's it. Join me along the ride. We're going to be working on this thing, and then once I actually do finish it, I'll post that in another video, and then from there we'll go do some running footage, and we'll see how it does on the rocks. We'll go find a good line, and we'll see if it can make it to the top. All right, everybody, see you on the next video.